think we are already starting to see newer versions of these protein assays, and they are based on other types of platforms. So there is work ongoing using high throughput mass spectrometry.
Yes,
and when
mass
you can
spec, yeah.
mass spec, you can send laser beams through very small volumes of serum. You can take 10 microliter of serum, which is virtually nothing, and you can do that for, say, 10 seconds or so. You can do that in replicates. When we do this in research setting right now, we could have 5 replicates. It's possible in the future you do fewer of it. But 10 seconds times 5, that's less than a minute, that's 50 seconds. And if you do that, you would see the same proteins we have been talking about today using current technology, but you have between 100 to 1,000 times higher sensitivity.
Wow.
So I think the mass spec based technology platform for tracking of proteins will definitely replace what we currently have. I think the protein electrophoresis and immunofixation will go away. Probably also free light chain assays eventually will go away when there are new ways to do it on the mass spec. Right now, we have research capability to replace the immunofixation with mass spec from a research point of view, but we still need the free light chains.
Yeah.
But in the next versions of these mass spec platform assays, I think everything probably will be integrated. There are a lot of kinks when it comes to quantification, and in particular also there are some missing pieces to track the free light chains. I think in a year or two, we have sorted all this out from a research point of view.
It sounds to me like you're in the right place. Multiple myeloma seems like a field where there's a lot of promising new developments and the chance to help people and save their lives and improve their lives with a lot of the new technologies that are coming and drugs that will be developed.
I think myeloma is, in a way, a poster child of all the success we have been experiencing in cancer medicine over the past 10 or so years. I mentioned before the overall survival used to be 1 to 3 years.
Yeah,
now we
that's what I
have
was
more than
trained.
10, 20 years for the overall survival for patients. We can, with the newest therapies we have in our research program, achieve complete response rates in up to 80, 90, or 90, actually 90% of our patients. And we can probably achieve minimal residual disease negativity in maybe 70, 80% of the patients. So no detectable disease. And having access to new drugs partnered with modern tracking and follow-up strategies, that's how we will improve outcome and hopefully can find curative treatments for our patients.
Yeah, that's really amazing. I spoke to an oncologist today who was 70, and he said to me, I am really jealous of my younger colleagues because they're going to live long enough to see amazing outcomes in the next 20 years. And I was quite impressed by that statement because I recently retired as an internist, and the biggest comment I heard was, how'd you get out? Don't you feel great about being out? Like I escaped from jail, But this oncologist was so so he wished that he could be younger so he could see the future. And it was just such a contrast, Interesting,
It's fascinating. There are a lot of new things going on. Sometimes I feel it's very hard to keep up with all the development, but everything that changes for a good reason, and you see how well the patients are doing. They're living so much longer, and the quality of life is getting better and better all the time. So it's just amazing.